All right. Hello, everybody. Let's test first if everything is working correctly and if everything is fine, so we can jump right into the new stuff. Let me know if you guys can hear me clearly and if everything is good. Hello, everyone. Manu, hey. Uni, Plasma, Arsons. Alright. I think we got a really nice stream ahead of us today. We were super busy still today. We are also still working really hard on this update for you guys, so you can have it in your hands as soon as possible, really. So I'm really happy, and thank you again for waiting on us a couple minutes. We were supposed to start at 4, but again, I think it's already really nice that we can get started and get into the new update. Okay, great. So everything is working correctly. You guys can hear me well. So I think what we can do today is delve into all the new stuff that's coming sometime around next week, and then we can actually perhaps jump into the development build of this update and mess around a little bit. Maybe I can show you guys in real time how all the new things that we are doing will look like. Okay. Yeah, so I think let's just jump right into it. Why not? So, as a start, let's quickly go over what we will actually include in update 3.0. Since this is 3.0, it's one of our really big updates. They're the really meaningful ones that have bigger features implemented in them. So let's just get into it, I think. So first and foremost, we are introducing a brand new shop that you guys actually were able to take a look at already last week on Friday when we had our last live stream. So we briefly touched up on that and how it kind of looks like, but what we are essentially doing, again, I will explain with this new shop, is that you will be able to have all kinds of different deals for both coins and gems available there, so you can actually progress much faster. You can upgrade your favorite rides and spend the resources that you would like to actually advance in the game, so you will have more choices in that regard. And we will of course, these are bullet points, so we will also go into a little bit more detail with each one, so you will have a better idea of how it will look like. So that's the shop, but the shop itself has different layers to it. For example, here what you can see is our second point is that we are adding brand new characters to the game, and these characters actually will first appear in this new shop. And for now, in update 3.0, we will include 2 of them, and we will also include more of them later on as we progress further in the development of the game. So for now, there will be 2 of them, and you will actually be able to see them right here. So their main focus is to actually help you get along in your journey in the game and provide you with the different deals that you will see in the shop. And with this new update, we will also include a new upgrade system. So what that will entail is that we actually took a look at the player feedback of what you guys suggested to us, what the current problems were with the previous upgrade system, and what we ended up remedying in this new update is how you can actually go ahead and upgrade your cars, and how you actually unlock your cars and get new ones also ties into a little bit into this system. So we will take a look at that as well. Then again, we also polished and improved our user interface. So what this will come down to is how the game looks like, how the menus look like, and how all the different game modes appear to you in the game. You'll be able to see this as well. And our fifth point, it might sound a little bit controversial. It's the fact that we actually replaced our older crafting system. This has been in the game for a very long while, and now we integrated some of the features of the new upgrade system into, again, how I said it before, how you actually unlock new cars and how you get a hold of them. So you'll be able to see this more clearly. But what our intention with this is that there were a lot of feedback from you guys as well, that getting new cars and especially crafting them was kind of a bottleneck, because some of them costed a lot of bolts, and there were nearly not enough duplicates, or in that sense you didn't really have enough bolts most of the time to actually craft the cars you want. So we will take a look at how we actually want to make this feature a little bit easier for everybody. And what ties directly into this is that from now on in boxes you will not receive any more duplicates, which of course makes sense now that bolts technically don't exist in the game anymore in this new update, which we will cover a little bit more as well. But this will basically be a positive change for everybody. And there will be also new tokens available to unlock boxes. So in the current game, in the current live game, you are using coins to actually open your boxes and get new ones. What we ended up doing is exchanging a little bit of the resources, and now you use these new tokens that you can actually see in the upper right hand of the screen, and you will use those to actually open the boxes. Okay. And then lastly, a little bit of a detail with the shop. You will be actually able to get more free boxes than before. So before we only had one, but now with this new shop feature, you will be able to get actually not just a regular box as a free, as something that you can open, for example, daily, like how it is now in the live game, but how we ended up now implementing this feature into the shop is that you will be able to get actually even a big box and a giant box for free with a time cooldown, of course, but I'll show you guys this one. Okay, I think we covered now the basic points of like the bigger, more important features of what's in the update, so we can actually get a little bit more into the details of how this update will look like. So first things first, the brand new shop. So this is how it will look like. So basically, again, how I described it before is that you will be able to see all kinds of deals for both coins and gems in this new shop. So with this new upgrade system, you'll be actually able to purchase all kinds of different upgrades that you want for a specific car. For example, there on the image, I want to upgrade my Dracula carriage. So there you can use your coins to actually, advance further and get more car parts, which are also a new resource in this new update to actually be able to progress further and level up your cars. I can also take a look at your questions if we are, now delving a little bit more into the nitty-gritty of the new update. So, yeah, loose goose. So car parts are essentially a new thing in the upgrade system. So you will be using car parts in order to upgrade your cars, and then also using coins. But I can actually show you. I think it's in a later image. We can actually see how this will look like in game. So beforehand in the live game, you were using wrenches to upgrade your cars, but we changed it up a little bit, so it will be a little bit different now in this new update. So this is how the new shop will look like. There will be deals for different currencies that you can use, and you can pretty much decide what you want to, spend your resources on. And the deals here will also refresh quite regularly. And then the all new characters that will appear in this shop. So one of them we already teased last week in our last live stream. So the fellow on the left is actually a new character that you guys probably have not seen yet. So he's one of the new characters that we will include in this update. So again, eventually we want to make more of them, but now in this 3.0 update there will be 2 of them that you can see in the new shop. And then a little bit more detail about the upgrade system. So now exactly how you can see it here. Let's take it as an example the Dracula carriage. So this is a level 1 Dracula carriage. So you can see there in the podium under the car the amount of car parts that you need to actually upgrade this legendary car, in this case to level 2. So how this upgrade system will work is that now that there are no duplicate cars and no wrenches in the game, you will be able to get car parts from your regular boxes, and all the kinds of boxes that you can get in the game. So the car parts will be included in there, and then whenever you wish to actually upgrade your cars, you can spend your coins to actually upgrade the cars you want. So what we ended up doing with all the different kinds of resources, for example bolts, wrenches, is that we really wanted to simplify the system a little bit, so that you don't really have so many different kinds of resources that you have to keep in mind and you have to go and get a hold of. So in this case, as an example, coins will have a lot more uses or use cases, and you can actually go and decide what do you want to spend them on. And yes, you can see that we also added the small car descriptions that we talked about beforehand, but we can check them. We can check actually some of them out in the development build later. So yeah, essentially what it comes down to is that you will need car parts for each car to actually upgrade them and spend your coins to get them from, let's say in this case, from level 1 to level 2. And again, if we actually jump back into the shop, now you will have a little bit more context as to what these kinds of deals, or how these kinds of deals work. So let's say, for example, here, for the legendary Triceratops car, you can actually get 4 car parts for 50 coins. So here you can decide which car do you want, to work on upgrading. And again, these deals will refresh quite regularly. And you will have, of course, a little bit more choices to, if you want to use coins in this case, or gems, etc. So this is the upgrade system. I can actually afterwards, after the live stream is done, I can post you guys the patch notes. So there will be also more details over there about this system. Swift, we can jump back to the main points afterwards if we went over these more detailed descriptions. And as I said beforehand, since we are kind of simplifying how the upgrade system works, wrenches will become obsolete in update 3.0. But what we will be doing with the players' wrenches is that we will be converting them into gems with this kind of logic that you can see here. So all your wrenches that you might still have that you didn't spend yet, we want to give you guys a little bit more opportunities to actually go ahead and try the shop that we are working on. So as an example here, if you have, let's say 25 wrenches, you will be having 5 gems instead of that in the new update. Actually, Manu, rift bolts are gone. Actually, a funny point about that, no, specifically Rift bolts are still available, and I can touch up on this again on another panel where we can take a look at that. So Rift bolts are not gone like regular bolts are, but I'll explain. Uras, yeah. So basically, this is how it will work. Your current wrenches will convert in, or your current wrenches will convert into gems. In this case, so you will have a little bit more, choices and a bit more opportunities to actually go and try the new shop. And the new polished and improved interface that we are working on, or the menus rather, it's a simpler term in that case. So this is how our main menu looks like in update 3.0. So we listened to again your feedback regarding how the game looked like beforehand. We made a couple iterations and changes as to how the game, looked like overall, in past updates, and we polished up on that as well. But what we really wanted to do with this update is again just give it even more of a facelift. Polish this even further and think about, how Drive Ahead can look like. With a bit more personality, what we are also doing with the new shop as well, the new characters. Our main goal with that as well is to, further improve the personality of the game. And Beryl, no, Space Interceptor is not a legendary car yet. Derpy, you didn't raise the wrenches, so we are not going to reset any cars levels, if that's what you mean. So the wrenches that you have spent already, they are what you have spent them on. For example, if you leveled up a car from, let's say as an example, from level 4 to 5, that car will still be level 5. So from now on, the upgrade system, of course, will be a little bit different. This kind of compensation system is just for those who happen to still have, some leftover wrenches, but, what we clearly want to avoid doing is just remove a resource and not do anything about it. So in this case, you will have some gems if you still had some wrenches left over. So this is how the main menu looks like in the new update. We can perhaps show this off in the development build as well after this. So, about the old crafting system. So beforehand we listened to again player feedback about this and thought a lot about it, how we can address this. So there were a couple pain points with this old crafting system. Some players especially complained to us a lot that some cars just cost too much, that you really have to play absurdly long and then get too many bolts, like thousands in that case, for especially legendary cars, for example, to be able to actually just play them or play with them. And with the introduction of the level system, this was even more of a pain point. But we went back to the drawing board, and what we ended up thinking about is how we can actually make this system a little bit better, faster and simpler again, just so that you can actually just get the cars that you want, or get cars faster, and just jump into the game and play with them, and then upgrade the ones that you really like to play with. So what we ended up doing is now when you will be getting car parts for a specific car, let's say in this example, if you get car parts, 5 of them for the off-road vehicle, you'll actually outright unlock that car. So with this system, it's actually way faster and simpler to unlock new cars. So you won't have to collect bolts from duplicates or hope that you will get them. Goose, will this update make it easier to upgrade or harder? Well, in the case that, you know, we removed wrenches and as an example, coins have way more use now. I think now it makes a little bit more sense, and you know, now you have actually more choices when it comes to what cars you want to upgrade and what you want to spend your resources on. Derpy, yeah, exactly. So, you know, now with this new, you know, quote-unquote crafting system, it's automatic, as you said. So you don't have to manually go and unlock cars, but you will actually just end up getting them from, let's say, a box opening or anything really. Barrel, yes, you will also get compensations for bolts. I think that's actually our next point. But before that, as one of you mentioned just now, what about rift bolts? So crafting, as it goes for everything else aside from Rift Riders, has been replaced by this new system. But Rift Riders crafting is actually still available, so you can still do that with rift bolts. So if you have any of those left over, you know, whenever we will introduce new themes, for example, you'll be actually able to use those as well. So we won't touch those this time. So that system still stays there. So the main thing here is everything else aside from Rift Riders content. So again, if you look at this example, it's fairly easy to unlock a new car, as in this case, let's take this off-road vehicle as an example. It's quite simple and fast in that sense. Okay, let's actually go forward, and here you will see what you were asking. I think Beryl, you were asking about this. So what we will be doing with everybody's leftover bolts is that we will also convert them to gems. And hey, Solvi, so you can also direct questions to him, just so he has, so he can have some fun in the live stream as well, while I explain the remaining details about the update. Yeah, so basically what we will be doing with your remaining bolts is that, again, similarly to wrenches, we will convert them to gems. So you'll also have more opportunities again to go and look at the shop that we are working on. And how I mentioned this before, this new token currency that we are doing for box opening is that compared to the live game, how it works now is that you're using coins to actually open boxes, so 250 in the live game. So it will remain pretty much the same, but what we are doing is exchange, since coins are now used for a lot of other, you know, functions in the game. What we are basically doing here is just exchanging the currencies. So instead of coins, you will be getting tokens from playing, for example, Battle Arena matches that you can actually use to open your boxes. So this will be exchanged to a one-on-one scale. So any leftover coins that you still have or unopened boxes, they will be converted, you know, one-on-one to the same amount in the new update. So you essentially really don't have to worry about this. It is basically just a currency exchange in a one-on-one scale. So. So top 15C, you have quite many boxes. I think you'll be happy that we also added a claim all feature to the box opening. So if you want to open them, open all of those 300 boxes, I suggest you to wait until 3.0. You'll have a simpler time, I think. Okay. And then the free boxes that I told you guys about. So previously, now in the current game, you really can only get one regular box for free, basically, from our shop in the live game. But really, what we just want you guys to have is, you know, even more resources and even more content. So what we will end up doing is you can actually get a big box and a giant box for free in a cooldown, of course, or with a cooldown, of course. But you'll have more opportunities to actually, you know, open these boxes and see what you get. Andrew, you had a question about Rift Riders bosses specifically, if there's gonna be any changes in the new update. Not really. What we will be focusing on in 3.0 is basically, you know, this new upgrade system, the new shop system, and how you get cars and how you upgrade them. So not specifically anything related to Rift Riders, but perhaps after we are done with all of this, we can take a look at that as well. But you know, and maybe, you know, at some point add the new theme as well. So you really don't have to worry about Rift Riders. It's not going anywhere in the sense that we are not going to remove it or anything. We just really had to focus on this or in today's features for now, basically. But Flame Draggies, I think you are asking about the helmet contest, so that is ending on Monday. So we'll still be posting about it during this weekend and get all the player votes that you know, or get the votes from players that still would like to participate in it. And then on Monday we can take a look at the winning designs, basically. So essentially, these are the main features of 3.0. So again, you know, to quickly go through it, we are introducing a new shop with all kinds of new deals, both for coins and gems. We're also revamping the upgrade system and introducing car parts as a resource now for getting new cars and also upgrading them. So you will be able to get those from boxes. We also polished the user interface, so now there's a whole new look to the game, basically. It's way more improved and polished, of course, according to your feedback as well, what you submitted to us so far. And then the old crafting system is actually replaced with this new car part system, so this way it's actually faster and simpler to get new cars and be able to play with them. There's also no more duplicates from boxes, so you really don't have to worry about it anymore nowadays whenever this update goes live. You'll most of the time you'll always get something that is actually usable and you can get ahead with it in the game. Top 15Z, yes, they should be. Frogio, yes, indeed. So you'll have to get specific car part amounts to be able to upgrade a car. But again, there will be lots of different deals in the shop, both for coins and gems that you will be able to choose from. And actually those deals correspond to your specific collection, for example. So I'm very excited to hear what you guys think about it. And of course, we will be on the lookout for all of your feedback regarding the system. So this is how it will look like, you know, when we begin rolling out the update, and we will be on the lookout for what you guys think about it, and we can adjust things accordingly. So, but overall, we are really excited about this, and we worked a lot on this new shop system. Loose Goose, hopefully sometime around early next week. I really don't want to say a specific day, just because, you know, anything can happen, you know, not just on our end, but when, you know, like the update is available for everybody. So next week, what I can say. So hopefully as soon as possible. And I'll actually take a look at the development build and see if we can jump into that for a while at the very least. Until then, feel free to ask any kind of questions that you still have. Knight, I'm happy that you liked the new shop. Again, we really want this new feel of, you know, like the personality to come across, you know, with the new characters and basically again add more fun and the feeling of you know, again the feeling of fun to the game. So. Cowboy, well, you'll be able to still get helmets also, for example, from boxes. So, but again, there won't be basically any more duplicates. So, in that sense, yes, it's actually it is actually easier to get new items. Derpy, are there any future plans or further future plans? Of course there are. So for now we were very busy with this update, since, you know, you can see here that there's quite many systems. For example, the upgrade system, the new shop, you know, there's all kinds of different things that we had to do with this. So we were quite busy in the last you know, in the last few months basically working on this. So there are of course future plans, and we will be looking out for everybody's suggestions as well as before regarding what you guys would like to see as well more often. So we are always open to what you guys as well would like to see in the game. And we have another developer here. Welcome, Yaska. And exactly, so if somebody was asking about Boss Hunt specifically, currently it's not available, so we are still discussing what to do with this game mode. So we were really on the fence about, you know, what we would like to do with it. So we'll still take a little bit more time to figure out you know, what we would like to do with it, and as soon as we decide, you know, we will keep you guys in the loop, and we'll talk to you regarding that. Uras, well, in the sense that, you know, there were clearly some things that, you know, players were not happy about the game mode as well as we weren't. So, you know, we really just want to sit down and think about, you know, what to do with it, and then as soon as we reach a conclusion, we'll communicate with everybody else, of course, in the community. Nightly guest, since it's technically not not really summer anymore, unfortunately, no. We really wanted to do something, but as you can see, we were quite busy with bringing this big update out to you. So unfortunately, we weren't able to bring out soccer-specific matches, for example, or content. Andrew, regarding the DJ Gorilla theme for Rift Riders, well, basically in that case you pretty much know what might happen as the next theme. So yeah, so hopefully we can bring a new theme at some point out to you guys. Musab, the electric reindeer. So that one you will be able to get during the winter holidays. So that's for sure gonna be something that's Christmas related. So as we did last year, you will actually be able to get it the same way now during Christmas. Now I'm still trying to get you guys the development build working, so hopefully we can take a short look at it at the very least and check out how it is in real time. Down Cowboy, yeah, exactly. So that's why what I'm trying to do here. Of course, because this is a developer build, as it always happens, there is some kind of technical difficulty. So until then, feel free to ask all sorts of questions, either from me or I think Sauli and Yaska is still here. So two of our developers are in the chat. Yeah, exactly. So as Top 15C said, I'm trying to get the developer build working at the moment, so... Derpy, yeah, so seasonal events is also something that we really want to focus on. So once we are through with these kind of bigger projects, for example now this update 3.0, we'll sit down as I said beforehand, and we will be discussing as to what is the next bigger thing that we want to focus on. And Christian, yes. So the Hot Wheels cars, as stated before quite many times in our live streams, perhaps at some point, if we end up collaborating with Mattel again and Hot Wheels again, then possibly there will be a chance to get them again. So. Okay, so I was actually able to get into the developer build, so let's check out if it's working properly, and then I can share it to you guys as well. Loose Goose. Yes. You will be able to get coins for gems from the shop. Duck, I'm really happy you said that. So again, so this is how it looks like, and we'll be on the lookout for any kind of feedback and suggestion that you guys have after this initial release. So you know, if there is something that needs to be changed, we will take a look at it and change it. Okay, so I'll actually jump back into the gameplay now. So it looks like the developer build is working. Not exactly as to how I would have liked it to work, but hey, it's functional. So we can take a look at least how it looks like, how it is. Musab, the update will be next week, so I don't really want to give a specific date. For example, here now in the screen you can see how unlocking a car works. So in this case, for example, the ambulance car, we are now in the very beginning of the game, unlocked by, you know, getting, for example, in this case, 30 car parts for it, since it is a rare car. And we also a little bit updated as to how this box opening animation is. So again, with this build, we are in the early parts of the game, but I think it illustrates well and gives you guys a good feel as to how it will look like. Yeah, so Andrew, exactly. So we also added those new car descriptions to the game now. So in your collection view, you can have a fun time and check out all the cars with the descriptions that we added. So it should be fun. And hopefully I won't embarrass myself too much with the first few matches in the game. All right, nice. I made the jump there. I was a bit worried I'm gonna fall right into the pit. Oh, okay. He actually also jumped across. Okay, you go in there. You go in there. Cowboy, exactly. So you know, if you guys don't know, we actually held a contest for these car descriptions. So there are a couple of them that were actually submitted by other players. So they were ended up, you know, being added to the game. So what we also plan to do, it's not coming in 3.0, but afterwards we also want to add these descriptions to helmets as well. So similarly as to how it is now with cars. And what we plan to do with that is also hold a contest for that as well. So be on the lookout for that after the helmet contest is done. Flame Draggies, I am playing right now, so we can actually go on a little bit longer than intended. So we intended this live stream to be an hour long, so it's 5 o'clock currently. We can play a little bit more because, you know, you guys had to wait for a while, and then show it off to you guys. And of course, now that we exchanged, for example, here you can see tokens to or coins to tokens to upgrade to open your boxes. Now, of course, in the trophy road, you will be able to get those instead. And we also, you know, changed up the rewards a little bit according to the new use cases of these resources. So we can actually go ahead and check out the shop. So this is how it looks like currently. And you can see here what I mentioned with your free boxes. You'll actually be able to get both a big box and a giant box for free. And of course, afterwards you can spend gems to actually open more of them if you want. Dumb Convoy, no. Trophies will not be resetting. So, you know, we tweaked the rewards there that were necessary. For example, you know, if there was anything that we removed from, you know, like for example, wrenches or bolts or anything, we did tweak those. And in this case, you know, how the first one was in the trophy road, you can see here. For example, where, you know, in this case, coins used to be, sometimes we added tokens because that is, you know, now a resource that you use to actually open boxes. So if we go back to the shop, this is where you can get your boxes. So again, there's a regular, a big, and a giant box, and you'll have more opportunities to actually get one for free. So we can actually go ahead and open up a big box. So you can also see here, top 15 seed, you will love this feature. You can actually claim all of the rewards here with this button in the top right corner. So we got some coins, we got some rift tickets. We already get actually more parts for the tractor. So if we have the coins, we can actually go ahead and already upgrade these cars. So here also for the formula, we have some more parts. And also whenever you are checking out, you know, the refreshed deals in the shop, you also get some bonus tokens to actually use in opening new boxes. So for example here, this is what I've showed you before. You will be able to use your coins here to, you know, purchase, for example, specific car parts for certain cars, or actually outright unlock them. So for example here, you can see on the bottom left corner and the bottom middle, the snowman car in this case, you can actually unlock it right away and get 90 car parts for it. For about 360 coins. You know, same thing goes for other cars here in this case. And here, if we actually switch to the other one, to the gem deals, it's the same logic essentially, but you can choose to actually spend your gems here rather than your coins if you would like to, and you know, get some new cars or upgrades. You know, and in this case, of course, there's gonna be different deals, so that you can choose from. You guys dig the new characters? Yeah, they're very awesome. We love them. Yeah, there's so many new things. There's so many new things with this update, and we are really proud of it, and we really hope that you guys have fun with it. I'm going to check out one more thing. Until then, we'll jump back to the update scene, so you guys you can have a quick look until I make something work, so we can have an uninterrupted experience to check out some more stuff over here. So if you still have any more questions, feel free to post them in the chat. Oh yeah, actually one more thing before we do anything. So here, because we actually got enough car parts for let's say in this case the antique formula, we already are able to actually upgrade it because we have you know, in this case 40 coins. So if you actually go ahead and upgrade it, we now have a level 2 antique formula. And now, you know, to upgrade it again, we still have the appropriate amount of car parts for it, and now it's going to be around 60 coins to upgrade it. Yeah, so she is a gem queen. Yeah, we love the new characters. They're really fun. And you can see here, for example, some of the card descriptions that actually this one for the ambulance was from a player. So this description might be something you're already familiar with. So here you can see some of them at least. Okay, so I'll jump back here and then I'll try to make something work until then. So we can still take a look at some of the features in the game, I think, for a while at the very least. But feel free to ask anything if you still have any questions. And yes, Mary, to your question, no more duplicates. So because of the old system that now it's basically, you know, been replaced, there's really no more duplicates in the old sense of things. And yes, Casmirol, hopefully soon we can actually get replays back to Android as well. Hopefully as soon as possible. You want to see the gem character without the helmet? I guess that's a mystery for now. So related to the music, Sauli is actually right. So we ended up removing them because they were taking up too much space. So beforehand there were a lot of player feedback about actually this specific problem, that the game was very heavy, and on some older devices, for example, the game was running very, very slow. So in that sense, if you remember when we actually ended up revamping, for example, the the current, how the game currently looks like in the live game, when we actually ended up revamping the look of the menus and the levels as well. That's the time when we took a look at that problem and actually made the game quite more, lightweight. So we had to focus on that, in that sense that for some users the game was actually quite heavy. So we really had to make a compromise in that sense. But if we actually are able to add it back at some point, in a way that it doesn't, compromise how the game runs overall, then we will of course take a look at that. Yeah, exactly. So Solly now described the problem that I also talked about now previously. So the old levels were taking up a lot of space. If you consider how much space the game takes up on your device, the levels themselves were just so huge because everything was its own individual image. So we really had to take a look at that and work out how we can make the game more lightweight. So that's when, for example, we revamped how the different themes of the levels look like. Combo, yeah, exactly. So if you had a strong device, like a latest, a device that's relatively new and it can handle, more taxing games, then yeah, of course, it might not have been a problem for you in that sense. But since we do want to support older devices and a lot of the player base actually does play on older devices as well, we really had to take that into account as well. So we had to make a compromise in that sense. But by Galon, very soon, so next week, the update should be released. Daniel, is the idea of huge maps still in the table? If it makes sense, you know, we are currently still having discussions as to, you know, for example, if we want to make new game modes, or what kind of game mode do we want to make, or you know, how that would look like. And in that case, what you're also suggesting, it could very well be a possibility. So, you know, nothing really is closed out of the picture. If you think about it, it really just comes down to, does it make sense? You know, in what context is it in? Would that be something that you guys would enjoy as well? So, you know, in that regard, it's not out of the picture. So unfortunately, what I wanted to get working for you guys, it's probably not gonna happen now. But if you still have any specific questions regarding the update, we can still look at some of the imagery that we had, and then let's see if we get this working, the development build. Maybe we can again take a look at it on Monday before the initial release. So really now we are just quite busy still today getting this update to work on time, of course. Dumb Cowboy, is there any missions planned for the future? Actually, Mission Stadium is not completely out of the picture yet. If we do want to make new content for it, we'll see. Again, we are still in discussions as to what the next new bigger things are that we really want to work on. So it could be that it's something that we'll decide to focus on. So if there is again something that you guys really want and would like to see in the game, then definitely let us know. The Discord is there. We have our different channels there. For example, the suggestions channel. We always take a look at that. If you guys have something, you know, specific that you would like to see, and if other players also show an interest in that, we'll definitely be on the lookout for that, for sure. Yeah, Sammy, exactly. Sadly, the developer build I really wanted to show you guys, it doesn't really work in the way that I wanted. So unfortunately, we can't really, you know, check it out more for now. But perhaps we'll see when, you know, the initial release is next week, and then perhaps on Monday, once it's still, you know, like it's working, maybe we can have a short stream and take a look at it, you know, in more detail. You know, we can maybe open more boxes, get some, you know, deals from the shop, so you guys have more idea as to, you know, how it will work in a practical sense. Daniel, yeah, so you were suggesting like a huge map for fighting big bosses and minions. So, you know, anything really like that as well, it sounds really fun. And if other players actually support that, then you know, we're all for that. Blaze, yeah, exactly. I did saw a lot of the car suggestions, so they look really cool. What we can also do now in these live streams is we can actually go over maybe some of the fan art or anything really like fan creations or something from Discord as well. And yeah, as Sauli answered for horror, I think that's what you were asking. You were asking about multiplayer, if it's gonna be a feature next year. So as Sauli also now pointed out in the comments, it's a huge feature. So, you know, we are constantly talking about it as well. It's something that we would love to see in the game. We just really have to think about it and you know, evaluate it, because it is such a huge feature. It's something that we really have to commit to if we do, you know, like want to have that. And again, if the game actually will be supported by, you know, like the community, the player base, and if it is a feature that's being constantly requested, there will be, of course, a growing reason to add that feature as well. And yeah, MIK, we do hope so as well. So we've been really happy about how you guys have been supporting the game so far. The community has been amazing, and we will continue to, of course, support you guys as well. And Frogio, can we add the friend system? Again, that's also something that we were discussing quite many times about. So after now update 3.0 is out, we'll be having discussions as to, you know, what the next set of features will be that we really want to add. So we'll keep you guys updated as to how that process goes. And yes, the shopkeepers' helmets are not playable yet, but maybe they will be at some point. Flame draggies. After we release the update, will we be mad that the players will go to support box channel on Discord? No, it's there for a reason. So whenever the update is out, we'll be on the lookout for both suggestions, feedback, and of course bug reports. So, you know, those are bound to happen. Of course, you know, it's just a natural thing. So we'll be on the lookout for all of those, including Discord. So that's why we have a specific channel for bug reports. Okay, so I think because we can't really take a look at the developer build again, unfortunately, what we can do is quickly go through the new features, and then we can end it for today. And then hopefully on Monday, once this is all working and it's up properly, maybe we can have, you know, like you know, again, like a 1 hour short stream or something, and then make some purchases, you know, like get some deals from the shop and open some boxes, etc. And then we can have like more practical experience as to how this will look like. So now you can, now you pretty much know how it looks like. You'll have more info as in how this plays out, maybe on Monday, and then hopefully as soon as possible we'll have the update out next week. So just to go over this quickly, we'll have a brand new shop in the game where you'll be able to actually spend coins and gems for different kinds of deals, including new upgrades for our new upgrade system, where you have to collect car parts in order to actually upgrade specific cars that you have. So, for example, here we are adding new characters that will appear as the shopkeepers of this new shop, and they will be helping you on your journey to be, you know, the undisputed champion of the arena. And of course, there will be more coming later on. We are now adding 2 of them, at least for the time being. The new upgrade system that we're introducing, we're switching around a few resources. So in this case, wrenches are gone as the primary resource to upgrade cars with. So now you'll be using, for example, coins and car parts to upgrade your desired cars. So coins will have way more use cases in this regard. You will have way more choices as to what you want to spend your coins on. So they will be involved in the upgrade process as well. And you'll be able to get car parts and coins from all kinds of boxes, for example, from the new shop. Your wrenches will also be converted to gems in this type of format. So, for example, if I have 25, I will have 25 gems in the new update. We are also revamping the user interface of the game, so it will have quite a new and fresh, polished look to it. This includes, of course, everything from the shop to all the menus and the game modes. So, for example, there are the car podiums also, so the collection view. So we really went back to the drawing board and took a look at all the different visual elements of the game and decided to give it even more of a personality and its own look. And of course, with this new upgrade system and the new shop, we went back again to the drawing board and took a look at the old crafting system, because players were complaining about some different features and some negative parts of this old system. We decided to actually incorporate it into how upgrades work and how you can get car parts now for upgrades. So now when initially you get a certain amount of car parts, you'll actually unlock that car right away. So you don't have to save up specific resources to for example unlock one car at a time. So now this process will be way simpler and faster, and you can decide which car you want to upgrade later on. And because this old crafting system is gone, your current bolts will be converted to gems instead, that you can actually use for all kinds of purposes really in the new shop. And because we are also, switching around a few resources, for example, coins with tokens, you now use tokens instead of coins to open your boxes. And your current coins will be converted to tokens in a one-on-one scale, so you really don't have to worry about this. This is really just a visual difference for the majority of the player base. And of course, as we touched on before, there will be a few different boxes that you can get actually for free. So for in this case, you can actually get a big box and a giant box from time to time for free. And you can also spend your leftover gems on them if you wish to do so. So we really just want more opportunities for players to actually get their hands on more resources and just play around in the shop more with whichever resource they want. So essentially this is all of the main features that are coming in the new update, and we can actually go back to the main pain points, but this is what you can expect. Cowboy coins will still be a thing, but because now we basically switched around the resources, you really don't have to worry about this. What it is essentially is just that now you'll use tokens instead of coins, and we'll be just converting your current amount of coins into these new tokens on a one-on-one scale. So for example here, if you had 60 coins before, you'll have 60 tokens. So if you had an X amount of boxes unopened, you will still have those, but the only visual difference will be is that you will be collecting tokens instead of coins. And since coins now have way more uses and way more functions, you of course will be able to get them from boxes. Okay. So this covers all of the major features that are coming in this new update. And again, as I pointed out, let's see about Monday if we can have a more practical look at how the update plays. We'll see how we can actually get out the update to you guys. Hopefully again as soon as possible. We'll see about how next week goes. If you still have any questions, feel free to post them. And unless that's the case, then we're actually quite ready to end it here for today. So again, there's quite many things in this new update because it is quite huge. It's a big update, and hopefully all the details came across well. And feel free if you still have any questions later on, and if you end up taking a look at the video again at some point, if you're still not unsure, or if you're still unsure about some things, just let us know on Discord as well or in the comments. We'll be on the lookout and we will answer all your questions in case you are still unsure about something. Blaze Hunter, all the levels of your cars will stay the same, so we will not be touching anything regarding that, The only thing that will change is from the point where the update goes live, how you will be upgrading your cars. So if you have, leveled up your cars to this point to, let's say level 10, all of those will stay the same. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay, I think if there's no more questions, we're now running at a little bit more than an hour in the live stream, so I think we can end it here for today. If you still have any questions or anything really that you're still confused about or you're unsure of, then please just post it or send it to us either here in the comments or in Discord. We'll be on the lookout, and we're more than happy to answer all of your questions. So thank you again, guys, for joining us. Again, we were really busy still this week, and even so today, to get everything working and then rolling for next week. As now it's Friday, but hopefully we can have the update as soon as possible out in your hands, and we'll be, of course, communicating with everybody in the community as to how this update and when it will be coming. So thank you again for everybody for joining us today. I think we really had an interesting time for sure. Unfortunately, we didn't get the developer build running, but let's see about Monday. So I'll be speaking to you guys later on. So let's continue the discussions on Discord. So have a nice weekend, everybody. See you.